Welcome back, guys, to another mini-sode series on this Tuesday afternoon on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast with your favorite host, Misty. And this is mini-sode, I think, number 26. And I'm just going to hit it to y'all. I'm still on a high. For those of you who've been living under a rock and have not been paying close attention, I just had my first live show and I am still on a high. Did I mention that I am still on a high? I still can't believe I did it. I still cannot believe that the day came. It happened. I've accomplished it. It went. And there's a few things that happen behind the scenes, which I will be talking about and going into more detail on a play-by-play this Thursday. Y'all are gonna come back to listen to this shit. But I did just want to just express on this mini-sode for this Tuesday afternoon. As you guys already know, this is when you guys get a deeper look into my soul and I share with you what I am present with. And boy, am I present. The amount of love, the amount of praise, the amount of admiration, the amount of positive feedback, the amount of positive compliments. It has been such an amazing moment. It has been an amazing experience. It has been so beautiful to see people truly support and truly sit there and pay attention to what you have to say live in real time, what really comes from your heart, from your soul. I have a confession and I'm gonna hit you off with this. I did not draft anything. I knew more or less what was the concept that I wanted to discuss. And there were actually two concepts I wanted to discuss, and I did. I was able to talk about both concepts. And I was able to do it with something that we are all very familiar with. Us New Yorkers, us, just in media, just in even music industry. I mean, I'm not in the industry, but I know about music. And I was able to tackle a topic through that avenue. And then I was able to tackle another topic through a very personal avenue. And I was able to be transparent on an entirely new level with my audience, both in person and virtually. And what I learned in that moment in doing this, because let me tell you how someone actually said to me, what did you take away from this? And what I learned in that moment was that there is nothing more personal, nothing more intimate, nothing more vulnerable, nothing more of a connection with an audience, with listeners, with people who really support you, than to be so vulnerable and so transparent with your truth. It's like you can't even hide it. You can't even try to hide it. You can't even try it and be so discreet about it anymore. I wanted to be discreet about something that I have been dealing with, that I have been going on with for quite some time. And it was mostly to protect other people because I didn't want to trigger anyone or to, affect anyone or impact anyone on a negative note, because I'm on this side of the mic and you guys are on the other side, right? But to be able to share that, to be able to be so upfront about it, and to quote unquote confess, make a quick confession to everybody. It was liberating. It felt good to be able to finally share that and finally be able to put that out on the table. And while I'm not going to go into great detail, I'm also not going to shy my listeners away from what it is that I have been dealing with. And so, as you guys know, I'm a very huge advocate of therapy, and in more so recent session than others, we have definitely been talking and discussing, where I am mentally, just with my peacefulness, just with my clarity, just with my ability to center and to focus, and just where all of my emotions are with dealing with personal stuff, work stuff, life stuff, right? And there was a bit of a discussion of, if we don't get you stronger, if you are not able to practice everything that we've been talking about to strengthen yourself, we may have to put you on medication. And so that is definitely something that I am very, very much so afraid of. And I'm not hesitant to share that word. There are things that Miss D does fear in life. And that is definitely one of those. One of those is definitely becoming dependent upon medications or pills for some form of therapy. It's something that I don't want to do because it was definitely something that I turned to during a really dark time way back when. And so I don't want to be in that space again. And I thought it was time to just like really put that shit out on the open and just really share it, because at the end of the day, you don't know who else might be going through it, right? We don't know who else might be dealing with things, who else might be in the same exact position or not. We don't know. And the truth is that if I can share something that maybe someone might be able to relate to, or maybe someone might be able to say, oh, fuck, I just went through that shit. This is what helped me. And maybe one of you can help me. Or, at least the comfort of knowing that someone is just not alone going through shit. I have to realize that I've created a platform where I can share my shit with you guys, where I can share the things that I go through. And I should not be hesitant to it. I should not be so scared and afraid to be to that level of vulnerable, and be sure of myself, so sure and so secure of myself and so strong, that I can still hold it together when I deliver that message and not have to just like go into shambles and start crying hysterical, because you guys already know I could cry at the drop of a pin. This has not been easy, but it's definitely been a new experience because I am a much stronger being. I am a much stronger person, a stronger woman today. Therapy has definitely helped me throughout the years. It has helped me to be very aware of myself and aware of where my strengths and my weaknesses are, and be aware of, where are my trigger points and where is it that I have to draw the line. And I am proud of that. I am. 10 years ago, it probably would have been a different story. And so I say all of that to say, everyone's journey is there. Everyone has a story, right? We all go through things. Some of us do resort to therapy. Some of us don't. Some of us resort to some form of counseling. Some of us resort to just some form of self-help, right? And I don't think there's ever a right or wrong way to do things. I don't think there's ever a right or wrong answer. I don't think my way is the only way. I don't think another person's way is the only way. I think sometimes it's a combination of hearing what people go through and what they're able to do for themselves and what they're able to realize and live through and experience, and how they're able to come up from that, and then see if that can work, right? For you, for me, even, right? I decided to finally come real clean about this. Oh, I hate to say that, come real clean. I decided to come more open about this. How about that? That's a better choice of words. Because as you guys know, I have been talking about it, and it's finally here, and it's going to be an actual real thing, and it's going to be up for purchase. The merch store is going live this Thursday, on the day that we drop our full episode, like we do every single Thursday. And I'm going to give it to you with, like I said, the behind the scenes details, right? And part of that merch is, of course, definitely to, give you guys an opportunity to make your purchases and rep the show with the bomb ass fuck logo that I have. Okay. And part of that merch is definitely going to be the ebook. And the ebook is definitely short, kind of like a mini-sode, open book on just my journey with a lot of my experiences. And by a lot, I mean one too many, right? That really demonstrated and represented where my rock bottoms were and how I came up from that, and what that involved and what that entailed. And mostly is not to share all the raw details, right? For anyone to have any form of sympathy or pity. Not at all. It's more so enough information that if anyone out there can relate, you're able to know what I was able to do. And maybe it worked for you. Maybe it can work for you now. Or maybe it could help you explore even more where you are in life and what you're able to do for yourself and what you're able to do for your life in its real moment. And I'm excited for this. I'm excited to give you guys this much of a deeper look into my soul, into my story, into my life, into my experiences. And I'm excited to share with you certain things that I've been able to put into place and into practice to help myself, not just 10 years ago, not just 5 years ago, and not just in this past year, but also on a daily basis. Because a lot of the time, the fight that we entail every single day with ourselves is every single day, literally. Like, it's not just a spiritual thing. It's sometimes a physical and a pure emotional thing that we deal with every single day. And at the end of the day, we all trying to make it, right? I think so. And on that note, guys, this has been yet another mini-sode series on this Tuesday evening with your favorite host, Misty, of Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. You want to come back on Thursday to hear all the details of the behind the scenes and just the making of the first Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast live show. The first, because it will be the first of I don't know how many, but there's definitely going to be more. And yeah, I'm going to give you guys some little things that I learned along the way with that production and the great announcement of the merch store. So make sure you guys come right back. And thank you for letting me share this with you guys on this mini-sode number 26. Talk to you later. Bye.